Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly, cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. Oh, if you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now. Now you can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong. This is not forever. Folks changing like the weather. Cold, wet, and all around. Toxic people being severed, like leaves falling in September. Cold, wet, and on the ground. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong.
Welcome back, beautiful people. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Who's ready for a new tour? I know I am. It's been a long time coming. It's your boy Blue Games. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you, Carl Peacock. What's up, man? What's going on, Fabricio? Gaming Swar, Rob Zones, the Coaster Fanatic. What's going on, Takashi? Pablo, welcome back. Ben's Insanity, what's up, baby? Devin, Starly, shout out to you guys. I believe Devin is actually our VIP for today. He was the first one in chat. Technically, there's someone else who was first in chat, but he doesn't count because he knew I was gonna be streaming when I was streaming, so you're disqualified. But so Devin today is gonna be sitting in first class for us today. So hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back. I'm happy to be here. Let's get started because we got a lot to do. So we're starting off our Australian tour today. This is the first day one of the Australian tour. I wanted to start on 2 days ago. So, but you know what? I decided I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways, even though we're 2 days late, you know, because if I waited for everything in my life to be perfect timing, it would never happen, just like I talked about a while back in a quote that we did a while back. So today's flight, let's go take a look at that real quick. All right, so today we're starting in Melbourne, Australia, and then we'll be heading over to Adelaide, off to the west of us. That's gonna be about an hour flight, and then from there we're gonna do a touch and go and continue on to Canberra, Australia. So obviously it's on an Australian tour, so throughout this tour we will be visiting all of the major cities of Australia, and there's a few we'll be missing out on. We can't hit every single city. The tour would never end, but I've chosen, I think, about 12 different destinations in Australia that we'll be flying through. I will only be releasing those destinations as we do the flights. So today I'm only going to tell you the first 3 airports we're flying to and from, which is Melbourne, Adelaide, and Canberra. And if I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry, I'm not from Australia. And we'll also be obviously visiting Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Perth, a lot of different places around Australia. But as we go throughout the tour, I will definitely let you guys know where we're flying to, obviously. So let's go ahead and get started. Zoom in here. Active runway looks like it's beats 27 and 34. I think we'll go ahead and take 27. 34 is a pretty long taxi. So we'll go ahead, and there's no ATC here. ATC today is in India. I feel like I haven't played this in so long. Alright, push back. Beacon lights, and we'll start the engines. Engine number 2. I will pause the music. We may bring it back when we get airborne, depending on how I feel. See, we'll be taxiing to nose to the left here. We're flying the Qantas Air Spirit of Australia 787-900 today. You guys always like, oh, your favorite aircraft is 787. Why you never fly it? Well, look at this. I'm flying it. We'll go ahead and start the other engine. As far as fuel, guys, because we are going to be doing a touch and go somewhere, try to judge it as best you can. I'm running about 72,000 pounds. That's probably way more than enough than we need. So I just brought in some extra fuel just in case. Alright, initial altitude will be 12,000. Flaps down to 15. Go ahead and announce taxi. 27.
Melbourne Unicom. Blue 116.
Let's go. Let's park our brakes and we'll roll out of here. Thank you, Hero. Yes, sir. We are on expert server today.
Melbourne Unicom. New Zealand
and I'll go ahead and put this out there, but don't be asking me like questions every day about it. I've talked with some people, and we have, I don't want to say decided, but we might do one leg of the tour on casual. Might. So that's just, I'm just going to put that out there right now. Is that 27 right there? Wow, that is really freaking close. Oh, that's not 27, is it?
Melbourne Unicom.
That is 27. Wait, I'm confused because it says there's another aircraft. Oh, no, it's not. Nice. Alright, we'll take 27 then.
Melbourne Unicom.
But yes, we may do one leg on casual. I'm not going to say which one it is. But most of this will be expert. It will not be, it probably won't even be this week that we fly on casual.
Melbourne Unicom, cargo Lex 6329, taxiing to runway 27. Melbourne Unicom, ask at 11 Super.
Alright, we'll hold short here. I don't think we have anybody inbound. Nope. It's pretty quiet here in Australia. The actual time in Australia is like the middle of the night. So I'm gonna be flying with basically a custom time for this entire tour, because at the time that I stream, it's always going to be nighttime, so it would just be an Australia at night tour. You would never see anything. Alright, let's set our trim real quick for takeoff. I'm just kind of guessing because I don't know what the trim is. And we will announce takeoff on runway 27. Departing to the east. No, that's west. Oh well, you guys know what I'm saying. Not gonna clog up the radio with all my corrections.
Departing 27, departing east. 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 27, departing
Welcome, Cypher MC. Glad you're able to make it to your first stream. Welcome. You picked a good one. Starting out our Australian tour today. Alright guys, we'll talk in the air. Get ready for takeoff.
Melbourne Unicom, November Victor Oscar Whiskey 12 Quebec is taking off runway 34, departing north. Melbourne Unicom, New Zealand 201, holding short runway 27.
I just realized that there's an echo.
Melbourne Unicom, Ascot 11 Super is taking off runway 27, departing east.
Alright, let's go. Or not. Oh crap, my vertical speed was, wow. Always something. Mistakes already being made.
Melbourne Unicom, Lima Uniform X-Ray Oscar Romeo.
Beat at 205, we'll go to 210.
27. Melbourne Unicom, Ascot 11 Super is taking off runway 27, departing east.
Alright, we're gonna climb up to 12,000 for departure. We'll be expecting flight level 3. What was it? 370 for our cruising altitude today. Go ahead and bank to the right. Go flaps 5. Yeah, I know. I don't even know when I pressed the button, but apparently my finger pressed the VS, and so when it came time to rotate, I could not rotate because the airplane was stuck in a vertical speed 0. Alright, I'm gonna switch to nav mode. And so far so good. Our last flight will have us returning to Melbourne, so we'll be returning to Melbourne at the end of our tour. We'll be making a full loop around the Australian continent. But there's a lots of beautiful scenery to see around Australia, and I'm pretty excited about it because we're going to be flying to a few places that I have actually never been to. Now, a lot of you guys may have flown to some of these places, but a lot of these places we're flying to I have not been to. I have been to Adelaide and I have been to Canberra, but it's funny is since Global was released, Canberra, I haven't been to Canberra since Global was released. For some of you guys who were here back before Infinite Flight Global released, you remember in the Australian region, Canberra was one of the most popular airports. It was always like everybody flying from Canberra to Sydney, Australia, because that was like the longest route you could fly between two airports without flying circles around the region. But it's funny, places like that now that Global's released, now that there's more options of places to fly to, not many people fly to and from Canberra anymore. Well, Anthony plays, of course you've been everywhere around Australia. You live over there, so you better have been everywhere around Australia. Alright, passing 8,000. Still holding about 210 knot climb speed. We're going to hold that till we get above 10,000. I'm going to switch to 250. Probably, actually, we'll go like 285 on the climb out today. And there's 10,000. Right, I'll drop my vertical speed down to about 3,200. Just preference. None of this stuff is necessary. It's just how I like to fly. So judge me if you like. All right, now that we're above 10,000, go ahead and turn the landing lights off. So far, the air is nice and smooth, but we'll see how that goes once we get up a bit higher. It's been a while since I've flown in Australia. Looks like we still have a few people on the ground. Thank you guys who are joining us on the Australian tour. Hopefully you guys are able to make the entire tour. Like I said, it's going to be about 12 legs. I think it's like 12 or 13 legs. I gotta go back and check, but I'm pretty sure it's like 12 or 13 legs in this tour, and it should last about 7 days, depending on how things go. Like if we get behind schedule somewhere, if we get caught up in air traffic control or something like that, we may get delayed. If I do have extra time, I may even do an extra leg. Like today, once we get to Canberra, if we have enough time, I may continue to the next airport. That depends on my own personal time. We may jump ahead of schedule, so we'll see how it goes. And we'll see. There may be a time, so just kind of stay tuned, and I'll try to keep you guys updated on Discord and on Twitter. If it comes to, because some of the flights near the end of the tour are a bit longer, like 3 hours and a half, which is way longer than my usual stream time. So we may do a flight offline, depending. So we'll see. All right, climbing up to let's see, flight level 360 cruise. I keep missing it, of course. And I have a fighter jet closing on us from behind. That looks good to me. Alright guys, so real quick, let's do it real quick just so everybody is on the same page. Let me go ahead and go through this one more time again so we're on the same page for you guys who have just joined us. So today again we are starting our Australian tour, starting here in Melbourne, Australia. We just took off runway 27. We are now climbing to our cruise altitude of flight level 360. That's 36,000 feet. MSL. We're headed over to Yankee Papa Alpha Delta. That's Adelaide, Australia. Or Adelaide. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. We're heading over there, and we will only do a touch and go at Adelaide. And as you can see on the flight plan, we're actually going to be landing on runway 23 maybe. Windsor 120. Interesting. I'm definitely not using 12. We'll probably still land at 23. See, as we get closer, we may or may not land 23. We may switch to 05, but we'll see. But we'll only be doing a touch and go here at Adelaide, but we will be doing a full stop at Canberra. 7, hopefully. So that's the plan. So touch and go at Adelaide and full stop at Canberra. Roger, roger. Yeah, winds changed. Of course, this always happens because we try to flight plan, you know, ahead of time before the stream starts. And then as soon as we get in the air, the winds decide to just switch sides on us. Pro Tanker, what's up, man? Sierra Air Alvin CIF, what's up, man? Trayvon, what happened to X-Plane 11? Nothing happened. I still have it. Still fly. I just haven't been doing streams of it. I've been pretty busy. It's been kind of unpredictable. My schedule has been pretty unpredictable. But there's still more X-Plane 11 to come, so don't worry.
November 658 uniform. Mike is taking off.
You have to worry.
27, departing south.
And also, in the midst of all this Australian tour going on, we will have a few breaks from the tour, alright? So I'm not just going to do the tour straight out this time. In the past, we've done like a straight full week of like just a tour, but our past tours were a bit shorter. We did a Caribbean tour, we did a Most Dangerous Airport tour, but this tour is going to be a bit longer, and so because it's so long, we may have a few breaks in the tour. So we'll do like a few days in a row of Australian tour, and then we'll break, maybe do Friday Night Flight, or we'll do X-Plane, or we'll do something else, and then we'll come back to the tour and continue. Yeah, you can fly whatever you want, guys. But expecting the tour itself, as far as when we do fly the tour, it should take us about 7 days to finish the tour. So it's probably going to take us a couple weeks to finish, because I'm not going to do 7 days straight. It's going to be like maybe 3 days this week, 3 days next week, and 2 days the next, something like that. Nice, Lucas. It's good to see you on the tour, man. Good to see you on the stream. Thanks for joining in. Infinite Flight Simulation ATC, what's up, man? Yeah, Infinite Flight was cheaper last year. That is sure. That is for sure. All right, passing 25,000 MSL now. We have a headwind, so we're not going to have winds helping us to head to Adelaide, but we should have some tailwind on the way to Canberra, so that should be good. ETE's looking like wow, ETE right now says 2 hours, which is kind of surprising, but I am going pretty slow. Only went 285 knots. We'll speed up to 300. We'll be into we'll see Mach speeds here pretty soon too. I'll probably cruise at Mach points 86 or 88. We'll see. Protector, am I flying in India after this? For stream, no. For personal, I can't say. It depends. We got 2 flights in this stream, and then if I have time, I'll definitely join in on that later. Andre Olsen, welcome aboard. Good to see you. It's coaster. How long did it take me to learn how to fly like this? I'm not 100% sure what you mean by fly like this, but I don't know. I have no idea. All right, there's 30,000. We'll go to Mach 0.86, and then I'll speed up to 0.88 once we get the cruise, just to be safe. I don't want to overspeed or anything. Vertical speed down, 2,500. We going all the way up to 360 today. Let's see. Starly way up in front, as usual. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out to Starly. He really helped me with this tour. Me and him have been talking back and forth for the last few weeks. Actually, I've been planning to do this tour for weeks now. I've been keeping it a secret. I didn't want anybody to know when I was going to start. But I'm planning this tour for weeks, and I've been talking with him. He's been helping me with the flight plans and trying to decide what airports to basically put together, because each day, some days we'll fly to one airport because it's a longer flight, and then some days we'll fly to multiple airports like today because they're shorter flights. So today we're going to a few different airports. On some other days we'll be doing longer flights, longer stints, and we'll be flying just to one airport. So trying just to organize and get all that figured out has been a bit of a challenge, but it's fun. And I know it's gonna all be worth it. So thank you, Starly, man, for helping me with the flight plans, making it so much easier for me to do it. The last few tours we've done haven't been hard. It's just it takes a lot of organization. I mean, obviously you could just be like, hey, I'm gonna do a tour and we're just gonna fly from here to here to here to here, but you know how I am. I like to kind of be a bit more organized by how I do things. I like to know ahead of time, what day am I gonna be flying this route, how much time am I gonna have on this day, you know, what is the actual flight plan for this place to this place, how long is this flight to this flight, you know. So it's been very helpful. He's taken care of the actual details of each leg as far as the flight plan goes. So today's flight plan is sponsored by Starly. See you later, Anthony Plays. Thanks for joining in, bro. Catch you next time. All right, we're at our cruise 360, and the air is pretty smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the seatbelt signs off. There you go, guys. You are free to move about the cabin if you need to. Need to go pee, whatever. All right, we're at our cruise. I'm gonna speed up to 0.88. We do have some winds ahead of us right now. It's telling me our ET is 144. I was expecting ET, I believe. I was expecting it to be an hour only. So that's actually an hour longer than I was expecting. So we need to make up some time. Therefore, we're gonna go a bit faster than they would usually cruise. Now, a lot of you guys always like to criticize me on my cruising speeds. Well, what I had to say to that is I don't care. I cruise as fast as I like. Coaster Fanatic. How long did it take me to learn how to do flight plans and maps and landing and stuff that involves infinite flight? This all started before infinite flight. Like when I started flying infinite flight, that's not where I started to learn how to do flight plans. That's not where I learned how to read charts, how to read maps. Like I learned all that before I even joined infinite flight. So this is all past experience, and all of this I actually learned through X-Plane. And I mean, when I say how long it took me, is hard to say, because I've just been flying. It's just I'm more experienced, I feel, at creating flight plans, stuff like that. I still don't make the best. I'm not saying that I'm a know-it-all. Please don't get that wrong. I'm not a know-it-all, but I'm saying that I kind of get it a little bit, and that's where I've learned. So with X-Plane, when I first started flying X-Plane, I didn't know how to read charts. I didn't know how to file a flight plan. I didn't know how to talk to ATC. I didn't know how to do any of those things. And with flying on X-Plane, I basically put myself with people who knew what I wanted to know. So I joined what I always, some of you guys have heard this story before. I joined a virtual airline on X-Plane, and they had a training program. And I joined that training program. That training program taught me a lot. Speaking of that training program, I'm actually retaking it now. I haven't been streaming X-Plane. I haven't been talking about it, but I have been redoing that training because I kind of had to, because I was AFK or whatever from that group for a while, and so they've kind of forced you to redo it if you took too long. But anyways, so I learned a lot from that. That's how I learned how to talk to ATC from them. That's how I learned how to do VOR navigation. That's how I learned how to do emergency procedures. That's how I learned how to read the map, like the sky vector map, like the what do you call it, the VFR chart. All that type of stuff I learned there, and also a lot of YouTube tutorials too. So this is a lot of stuff. I don't think this is new, Albuquerque. I don't think this is new. Amani, this is Infinite Flight, bro. We're flying on mobile. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Starly. Oh, man, that makes things interesting then, because I forget we're doing multiple legs. Holy crap. I forgot we're doing multiple legs. So that means our ET is not 141. Our ET would be 141 if we were flying without landing in Adelaide. So I misread that. So let me turn the ET destination off because that's misleading. We'll just do ET to next. Yes, sir. We're flying on nav mode. Yeah, this flight, I'm probably expecting the entire flight to take about 2.5 hours. Hopefully 2.5 hours. It could be 3, but I'm hoping 2.5. So that makes things interesting because now I have to figure out when were we going to land in Adelaide. So let's take a look. The winds definitely changed. 120 at 7. And I don't know if it's going to change back. So we may need to change runways. Nathan Burton, nice videos, appreciate that, man. Do you know of any Discord channels that would be helpful for Infinite Flight? I've been playing for about 3 weeks and I've been looking for a good Discord channel to join. Well, obviously you can join ours. There are a few out there, not a few, there's actually a lot of Discord channels out there. I don't know of all of them because I think the only Infinite Flight Discord that I am in is my own now. Yeah, I think I'm only in mine, but I know there's more. and there's also some good ones out there. So what I would recommend you do is to join my Discord channel, and they can point you to other Discord channels. And you could also, in the chat, I'm sure people in the chat probably know some people who have some good Discord channels, so they could also share in the chat what Discord channels that they are a part of. And if you want a link to our Discord channel, one of the moderators is gonna have to post a link to it. I also, if you're new, you've only been flying Infinite Flight for 3 weeks, I would say go to the Infinite Flight forum. That is where you'll find the most helpful information as far as learning how to do things. Because I'm pretty sure if you just joined Infinite Flight 3 weeks ago, I don't know what your flight experience is or like how knowledgeable you are about aviation, but I would definitely say go to the forums, because all your questions can be answered there. Like how to do the flight plan stuff, how to do everything is there. And real quick, before we get to our top of descent, because it's going to be coming up pretty soon here for this very short first flight of the Australian tour, today's inspirational or motivational quote of the day is actually very short, so wait for it. Motivational quote of the day is, "It's possible." That's it. That's a quote. It's possible. It is possible. I don't know what you think is not possible, but this is for you. If somebody's out there is like, I don't know if I can do it, it's too hard, blah blah blah, no, it's possible. Stop it. Stop complaining. It's possible. If other people are out there doing it now, it's possible. If you can dream it, it's possible. So stop limiting yourself, stop doubting in yourself, and start believing in yourself. Start making things happen. Phoenix 1168, you're in the Airbus A380. I think I saw you on the ground. Thanks for joining us, man. But yeah, that's our quote for the day. It is possible. It is possible. May not be easy, but it's possible. May look impossible, but it is possible. Anyways, let's see. When do we need to descend? We're going to switch to runway 05. And because this flight plan is so long, that's going to be a tough one. Bro 4, we are on expert server. First, we're doing a touch and go at Adelaide, and then we'll be heading over to Canberra for our final stop of today. So what I could do, I am on my phone. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to like delete waypoints without losing a bunch of waypoints. I just need to switch. You know what I might do? I'm probably just gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna change the flight plan. I'm just gonna kind of visually do it by hand. That being said, though, let me look at the charts for Canberra, not Canberra, for Adelaide, and find out what 05 altitudes need to be. Also, guys, if you want to check our flight today, the live flight link is in the description. The chart now. All right, here we go. This is the chart for Adelaide International. I'm looking for runway 05. Probably going to be an RNAV or GPS approach. Let's see, these are arrival. Probably be towards the bottom. Yep, it is. Thank you for that subscription. Who is that? Can't even see your name, is so small. Mark something in photography. Thank you for that subscription, buddy. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. All right. That's VOR runway 12. That is runway 5. There is VOR approach to runway 05. Checking the other charts to see what else they have. It's RNAV for 05. Wait, what? It's 2305. I am confused. This has to be like upside down. Oh, this is missed approach. Okay, this looks better to me. We're coming from this side. This is also 05 RNF. Probably do this one right here. Yeah. Now I know that Infinite Flight has a way for you like to rearrange waypoints, but the issue is, like if I add a waypoint in, like if I want to add one of these waypoints, it's gonna add it to the very end of my flight plan. Then I gotta go and like move it all the way back. So I'm not even gonna do that. But I am gonna visually kind of look at the chart. We'll do it that way. Find out where these places are. So we want to fly to. Zoom in. So we'll do the RNAV 05. So like 3000 at T-Mug here. You have 2400 at AD 510, and then at Batib we have 1500 for our final. Go final by then. Heading 042 for runway 05. And we'll probably come here from Ridma, also at 3000. So we can find that waypoint. That'll help us. Hopefully it's here. You never know. And nope. Of course it doesn't exist on Infinite Flight. The question is this chart old and outdated, or is Infinite Flight just not have the right waypoints? Alright, so we'll just do it backwards then. Something has to be here. 05. Add NH, that's not even on the chart. Add SF, that's not on the chart. SI. Assuming this is a start at 3000 back here. Let's try to be at 3000 when we get here at pad CS wouldn't go for. Then we're at Dukes. We're headed to Dukes now. We're 60 miles out from Dukes. So the way that we're gonna go in, I'm not gonna redo the flight plan for this because this is gonna take too much. Did you redo the flight plan, Starly? Oh, he already redid it. Nice, cool. All right, well in that case, let's copy yours. Not gonna do the work twice. The heading mode. Turn off nav mode. Recopy, see what happens. Dope, appreciate that, bro. This is why teamwork makes it happen. So much easier, because I did not want to go through that. You could tell in my voice, I was like, I am not in the mood to change this flight plan. And as we get closer, it's probably gonna change again. I'm just kidding, but I appreciate that, man. Alright, I gotta switch back to nav. Are we direct? Yeah, we're direct. So let's switch back to nav. And there we go. Dopeness. Alright, well we still know that our altitudes though by looking at that chart. So I'm still gonna go for 3000 at the end of that little GPS approach line triangle thing, which is what the white one is. And from there, alright, here's YPAD, YPAD-ish. But 4 miles from there, 4 miles to there at Corns, 21 miles. Then MCOM, 30 miles. At Corn will be at 3000. At MCOM, we could probably think, or is that really? We probably want to be like 8,000 at that point. Let's go for that. Let's go 8,000 at MCOM. At Jarena, we'll do like, how far is that? Jarena, it's not at 30 miles. Oh, so Corn's at 3,000, MCOM at 8,000. And then Drina will do like 16,000 send at Dukes. Or no. Let's see. There's actually a few waypoints in here that we're missing out on. Dukes 37, so it's like 60 miles there. So we're descending from 36 to 16,000. That's about what? 8,000. Send to Dukes. Now I expect for that. Let me go ahead and calculate how fast we need to send. Alright, 36,000 feet down to 16,000 feet. About 60 miles to do so. On average, probably about 280 is indicated, and it's about 2,400 feet per minute if we descend at Dukes. So we'll do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to change it to 300. We're probably going to be going about more 300 knots indicated. That's going to change us to 2,600 vertical speed. Sounds good, see, bro. Yeah, we're not going to be doing a full stop at Adelaide. We'll be doing a stop and go. So feel free to take off in between any of us. It's probably going to be pretty crowded. So spacing, guys, spacing. Which flight planner am I using? My head. I'm just kidding. I'm using Starly. Starly's my flight planner.
Attention all aircraft, server restart is going to be initiated in 1 minute. Please stand by. Infinite
What?
flight will reconnect automatically.
What? Did you guys hear that? What? I have never heard that message before. This is server restart starting in 1 minute. It says please stand by. I have never heard that before. I don't know how that's gonna work. But apparently this flight is gonna stop and we're gonna be able to reconnect or something. So I don't know, like, if the whole app is gonna close. We're about to find out. I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody else. Everything is fine? Okay, apparently this has happened to you guys before. This never happened to me. We'll see. We're pretty close to our top of the descent, though. It may be like we just like kind of like disconnect and we keep flying. Like this little checkbox may go away. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just gonna continue as if I didn't hear that. And by the way, guys, we are actually crossing over now into southern Australia. I don't know if this is like a, I don't know what you guys call it, like a province or whatever, but this is like the part of we took off in Victoria, is where Melbourne is, and now we are in South Australia. That would actually be pretty dope if the update happened during the flight. The problem with that would be if you wanted to have the CRJ or something like that, I would assume you'd have to like restart the app completely. But that's just, you know, how I thinking of it. But it's probably just a regular server restart. I don't know, maybe they'd be having some lags or glitches or something. Storehead, welcome back, man. You said it's been like 2 weeks since you've seen a stream, so I'm glad you were able to make it to this one.
Attention all aircraft, server restart is now complete. Thank you for being Infinite Flight Pro subscribers. Cheers from snowy New York and have a good flight. Laura, out.
Nice. Okay, well, server restart has finished. That was like seamless, like literally nothing happened. That's amazing. Like most games, when you have a server restart, it like kicks you out and you have to reconnect and stuff. So that's actually pretty cool. So shout out to them so for somehow making that so seamless. Like I didn't see anything glitch. I've been connected the whole time. He's still there. So that's actually pretty cool. I know that ending message though was pretty dope. Shout out to Laura for making things happen. I think that if you were, I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, a lot of people in the chat are talking about how they thought it was gonna be like an actual like update, which I highly doubt that was how it was gonna work. But where are we at? Make sure we don't lose track of where we are. But if it was gonna be like an actual update, which we needed to send now, I almost forgot, down to 16,000. If it was an actual update, like aircraft update or something like that, you would probably have to actually shut down your computer for that update to actually take progress. I'm pretty sure you could still continue on, playing or flying, doing whatever you do until you finish, and then you go back and you update and have the new content. It's just like when they released the MD-11 and stuff. Android people got it first. Everybody who had not updated was still flying. They just couldn't see the MD-11 until they closed the app and restarted and updated it. So, all right, 2,600 I believe is our vertical speed. I'm gonna do 2,800 because we actually missed our top of descent by like 20 miles. All right, guys, we were making our descent into Adelaide, our first stop in the Australian tour, day 1. Welcome back, Anthony Plays. Shouldn't you be asleep, bro? Adelaide. Spell it. All right, a little information about our first destination. Shout out to Wikipedia for this. Adelaide is South Australia's cosmopolitan coastal capital. Its ring of parkland on the River of Torrens is home of renowned museums such as the Art Gallery of South Australia, displaying expansive collections including noted indigenous art and South Australian Museum devoted. Jay Hyatt, thank you for that subscription. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. Devoted to natural history, this city's Adelaide Festival is an annual international arts gathering with spin-offs including Fringe and films. Okay, dope. I have no idea what any of that stuff is, but that's a little bit of information about Adelaide. Apparently, they love art. And apparently the zoo has pandas. I'm like Googling right now. Panda, panda, panda. Panda, panda, panda. Why is this on? This is supposed to be my ground speed. All right, passing 26,000 feet. 28, I'm sorry, I thought that was 6. Past 28,000 feet. Descending down to 16,000. Descended a bit late. Wasn't paying attention. That's my own fault. We'll be expecting a touch and go. There's 2 jets behind me. I thought there was only 1. So please, if you are close to someone, start creating spacing for yourself now. You do not want to see people on expert server landing on top of each other like amateurs. Nobody wants to see that. Anthony, yes, we will be starting from the east side of Australia, headed to the north. Right now, we kind of want to stop by Adelaide first, and then we're gonna head back to the east to Canberra and continue east and around Australia back to the west and then back to the east again. I believe this lake we're flying over now is called Lake Alexandrina. Alexandrina, I don't know how to say it, but that's the lake is. Actually, no, that lake right there is Lake Alexandria. The other lake is called Lake Albert Yarley. I'm looking at this from Lifelight. Now, I don't actually know these things. I am your tour guide, so I have to tell you guys. I'm just reading the paper. Perth is definitely a part of the tour. Ooh, fog. That sounds like fun. Let's see. Let's take a look at the winds again, just in case they happen to change, because you know that happens. Looks like we have 3 people waiting for us. There are 4 now to join in. All right, winds are 110 at 9. Take a look at the full. Kavik 2902, QNH 1011. I don't see fog. So we'll be landing at 05 right traffic. Then we'll be flying off. We'll be departing to the east, back to Canberra. Good point of training. We need to expedite our. I'm not using infinite passenger, sadly, because infinite passenger does not like touch and goes. So we're not doing it. So probably most of these flights, unless we do a flight where we're only doing one leg, I may use infinite passenger for that. But because we're doing touch and goes, I can't really use infinite passenger. It just doesn't, yeah, it just doesn't work. Beautiful arrival though. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Yeah, very good view. Alright, we're passing 17,000. Let's continue down to, I think our next altitude that I said was 8,000. So that means we need to get our speed way, way down if we're going to go below 10,000 feet. So slow our speed down to about 240 knots. We'll bring the spoilers out now and drop our speed down to 8,000. Make sure that our speed is taken care of before we get there. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to 11,000 just to be safe. I kind of doubt that the aircraft is going to slow itself down enough before we get there. We already have the throttles to idle and the spoilers out, and we're not losing very much speed very quickly. What 3 circles? What are you talking about? Infinite Flight Simulation ATC? That is a long name, bro. Circles, I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, speed's down to 903 knots. We're slowing down. Just don't know if we're gonna be slow enough. We'll level off at 11,000 and we'll continue our descent. So you guys who are on the ground, feel free to start taking off now. We are on the way in, unless you guys want to watch us land. Once I get on the ground, there's going to be a trail of, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more aircraft. I don't know if the fighter jets are planning on landing, or they're just going to fly above the airport. I'm not sure what their plan is to do. There's a little bit of space between me and Starley for a departure, and there may be a little bit of space between me and Velocity 6329 for another departure. So just to go ahead and forewarn you guys what the situation looks like as we fly. You could also take off runway 12 if you like, and you could do a departure probably a bit faster. All right, we're at 11,000. Speed's already down and taken care of to 236 knots. Of course, and lower that to 8,000. We're gonna go ahead and shut on our landing lights and turn on the seatbelt signs. Prepare for landing in Adelaide. Watch my speed too, because it likes to speed up when I decide to go below 10,000 feet. Calibrate. How are we doing on our weight? Airplane load's looking good, 34%. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes whenever I do these flights where there's multiple destinations, we'll leave spoilers on. Sometimes I have more than max landing weight on the first leg because we have so much fuel on board, but it seems like we're doing just fine. Alright, our speed is 228, passing 9,000. Next waypoint is gonna be MCOM, about 17 miles out, and that's about 3 minutes out, so we actually have plenty of time to make that descent. We're almost at 8,000 already, so my vertical speed down a bit. iOS Tech Gamer, good to see you, man. Appreciate it, Rob Zones, for the spacing. You guys are getting really good at this spacing stuff. Not yet, Carl. Carl? Sorry, every time somebody says Carl, please don't name your kids Carl, because that Walking Dead, man. Alright, can I see the airport yet? Are we close enough to see it? Can't really see it. It's at our like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Oh, Carl Peacock, your first name is Carl. I just realized that. Oh, now I gotta pick on you. Where's Carl? Okay, Carl. Carl. Yusuf, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Good to see you. Alright, 9 miles out from MCOM. We're already at our target altitude, though. We're good. When we get to MCOM, we'll descend to 3,000 for our right base. Go ahead and guess we're too far out to tune in the so we'll wait. We'll probably be able to call our base when we get out there. Do I realize that I have 2 fighter jets around me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called situational awareness, and I'm watching them because if I see smoke trails, that means they're firing at something. One thing at DCS World has taught me is situational awareness. Lucas, you can't see my flight plan? You should be able to see it. Right here. We got a flight plan. Alright guys, remember only touch and goes at Adelaide. And if you're departing Adelaide to join in with us, please do so now before we land, or you have to wait in between landings to take off. We have one aircraft already turning final, runway 05. So we have 2 departures lined up holding short 05, and one person's already took off. No ATC, so spacing is at your discretion. It's your responsibility. Alright, we're making our right turn for our right base. Let's see if we can contact now. Yes, we can. Report position, right base, runway 05.
Adelaide Unicom, Blue
Adelaide.
116 is on right base, runway 05.
Yeah, we have a good amount of traffic. No problem, Spencer. Once you get the grade 3, bro, we'll be flying all the time. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and descend down to 3,000 feet for our final altitude before we make our final approach.
Inbound for touch and goes.
4 minutes out. Descend about 1,500 feet per minute. Slow our speed down to 230, and we'll watch our indicator airspeed. Make sure we don't get caught over 250 knots. It happens just like that.
Sierra Tango Alpha Romeo Lima Echo Yankee is on final.
Alright, 05 is going to be a RNAV approach, so no ILS allowed, even though you can still use ILS. Yusuf, no, actually, don't open up YPAD. If you actually can open up something, I would rather you open up at Canberra. That's where our final stop is. So my final stop, so. Because right here we're only doing touch and goes here at a YPAD, and then we're gonna be heading over to Canberra for our final stop. So we'll probably have more aircraft landing at Canberra than we do have here. The only difference is here we have people taking off and landing because we took off, and some people have just joined us and they want to join in on the flight. But appreciate that, bro. That would be great. I actually, when I first was planning the tour, I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if we could like have ATC on our tour. Like that would be like ideal. But I understand that IFATC has to control at the assigned regions per day. Holy crap, what just happened? Oh, that's what happens when you press buttons on accident. I can't imagine being like on an actual airliner and you're like, oops, I hit the yoke on accident. And then the freaking, oh my gosh, that would be nuts. The aircraft just jumps to the side. Man, can you imagine? Yeah, Lucas, about 5 miles is good. That's good. Okay, now I see the fog you were talking about. I would say 1 mile is definitely not enough spacing. 1 mile is definitely not enough spacing. 5, I believe 5 is good. Alright, going on to 4,000 feet. We are 8 miles from Corns. We'll be turning our final when we get to Corns. I'm going to slow my speed down 210 knots. Adelaide Beach down there. It's gonna be a really cool approach here too. Go flaps 1. Alright, we're gonna be doing the 05 RNAV approach. Let's take a look at the winds one more time. Winds are 110 at 9, Kavik. Temperature 29, 2.02, QNH 1011.
Adelaide Unicom, New Zealand 488, crossing runway 30.
Yes, Carl. Good to know, Yusuf. Appreciate that.
Adelaide Unicom, QJet 4431 is taking off runway 05, remaining in the pattern.
We will need to talk. Alright, runway is going to be over there off of our right wing somewhere. I think that's what those two little flashy lights are. Little runway
Adelaide
beacons,
Unicom,
or the airport
Kansas
beacon, I should
7
say.
is taking off runway 05,
On the 190 knots now.
Adelaide Unicom, Kansas
It's good right now. We're below the localizer, or the virtual localizer, because an RNAV approach. Does RNAV approach have a localizer? I can't remember. I don't think RNAV approaches have localizers. I don't believe they do. Don't worry, Infinite Flight Realism, man. You got here just in time. We still have one more leg of this flight. Alright, flaps to 5. Actually, we go flaps 15. We're on a 9-mile final. Report our position. Final runway 05.
Adelaide Unicom, Blue 116 is on
I don't know if I can say touch and
runway
goes.
05. Adelaide Unicom, QJet 4431 is taking off.
Just letting everybody know that 05 is using.
Departing east. Adelaide,
Adelaide is using 05, right traffic. If anybody is flying with us. So far, so good. I don't think anybody has like flown through anybody. I don't think anybody's landed on top of each other. So good job so far, guys. Proud of you. All right, now we're high. So calibrate our screen. Go down to 180 knots. I will take control of the aircraft at altitude. Make some corrections here.
Adelaide Unicom, velocity 6,300.
Gear down. Spoilers to arm. Flaps 20.
Adelaide Unicom, Lima Uniform X-Ray Oscar Romeo is 13 nautical miles to the southwest at 3,000 feet. Inbound for touch and goes. We'll make right traffic for runway 05.
Yeah, for the first landing, I'm gonna do manual landing here at Adelaide, and then we'll see, depending on what runway we get and how the winds look in Canberra. I'll either do another manual landing, or I'll do the ILS. We'll see. That's here. Flaps 25. We're a little bit late on those flaps and on that speed, so hopefully that speed comes back fast enough for us to get down, because we still are a bit high, and I do not want to go around today.
Unicom,
I don't have
New
to.
Zealand 488, holding short runway 30.
Great. And heading mode off and nav mode off. Control, except for the speed. That's still being handled by the aircraft, and I'm okay with that. Now.
1,000.
Alright, there is our altitude we want. Flaps full. It's a bit foggy, but it's not too bad. Visibility is not bad at all.
Adelaide Unicom, velocity 6,329.
See, we have a little bit of a crosswind though.
Southwest at 2,200 feet. Inbound for touch and goes. We'll make straight in for runway 05. Adelaide Unicom, Lima Uniform X-Ray Oscar Romeo is on final.
Alright, now we have to not use like a lot of runway, because
Adelaide Unicom, New Zealand 201 is inbound. Request traffic advisories.
doing a touch and go, remember?
Qantas 127 is on right base, runway 05.
Take off of the ground.
Adelaide Unicom is using runway 05, right traffic.
Soft.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah, are we down? We are. Okay, I couldn't hear anything. Alright, spoilers off. Power, I'm just gonna go freaking 92. Flaps up to 15. Holy crap. So much to do. Alright, and up we go. I couldn't actually hear the wheels touch the ground, so I couldn't tell if I was on the ground or not. Alright, gear up, positive climb. Touch and goes and like airliners are always nerve-wracking to me, because it's like, oh, you're in this big aircraft, not a lot of runway. I mean, there's a lot of runway, but we still had plenty of runway left over. But you know what I mean. I also was just trying to find all the right buttons at first. I was like, alright, speed off. Okay, now speed's off. Flaps back up. Gear up. Rudder. You know, there's a lot of things I was trying to do at the same time.
Adelaide Unicom,
The point of a touch and go is to say, I've been there. Done that. Got the t-shirt.
Inbound for landing will make straight in for runway 05.
Oh, that's not what I want to do. Come on. Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the heck? I'm about to be speeding. I'm about to end the flight because that's not okay. I'm not getting a violation because of freaking miss. Yeah, no sir. Where are we at? What's the name of that airport? Hold on, because I can't remember the name of it. YPAD, that's what it was. I'm about to watch the replay because I want to know what happened there. Hold on, guys. Alright, so I'm rotating out. Park. Here somewhere. Did I press something on accident? That's how you save your expert server ranking. Now I'm watching the replay now because I want to see what actually happened because I don't know what happened. Like I was taking off, I was turning on autopilot, all that stuff, and then all of a sudden the airplane, like I hit altitude on accident. It tried sending me back down to 3,000 even though we were already past 3,000. So I'm watching it again now. It's alright, I'm gonna go ahead and copy. I can find Starly again. Starly. Alright, here we go. Hold on. I just found a part. So unprofessional. Alright, so watching the replay. Still, how come I can't copy your flight plan, bro? It says you don't have a flight plan filed. Copy somebody else's flight plan. Alright, so I hit heading mode. I hit altitude on accident. My throttle dropped to 0. Yeah, I don't know.
Adelaide Unicom is using runway 05.
That had to be some kind of glitch. I watched the replay just now and I hit altitude on accident. That's obviously the mistake I made. They tried to send me back down to 3,000 like in a dive. Once I corrected it, once I turned off all of the autopilot in general, it still would not allow me to pull up, even though I was leaning my phone all the way back. So that's what happened there. Yeah, I disengaged autopilot and everything, and it still wouldn't pull up. So we were not only gonna get a violation for flying faster than 250 knots under 10,000, we were also gonna crash. So I'm glad that I restarted. So, anyways, let's get started again. No smoking sign, seatbelt sign, nav lights, beacon lights, push back. Altitude 12,000 initially. Yeah, I will follow FedEx probably over there. So sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that little hiccup. I do not know what happened. Yeah, basically Infinite Flight broke on me. Well, yeah, I know that, Coaster. My altitude was set for 3,000. And I hit altitude button, which was going to send me back to 3,000, which is understandable completely. The issue was once I turned off autopilot because I noticed the mistake instantly, it should have just gave me control of the plane. I checked on the right side of my screen. I watched the replay twice already.
Adelaide Unicom, Emirates 414.
And if you guys missed it, go ahead and go back like, what, 2 minutes on the stream and watch it again. And tell me if you see something else that I did wrong, please let me know. Because I did not... All I saw was I hit altitude on accident. And it put me down like a crazy amount of negative vertical speed because I was already past 3,000 feet. But then when I tried correcting it and pulling back up, the aircraft just would not pull up. And my throttle went to 0 for some reason too. So... which is good. Alright, just going to go ahead and turn the engines on. And we'll depart out of Adelaide. We weren't planning on doing a full stop in this city, but it looks like now we are. So I guess we'll take 05. Might take 12. I'm probably going to take 12 to actually get out of here faster. It's a short runway, but we don't need a lot of runway. 787 is a beast. Alright, engine number 1. Up the Vale, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Not a big deal, Captain. We just almost died just now. Alright, let me fast forward. Oh crap. You guys are free to fly whatever you like in this on this flight. I'm flying 787-900, but if you want to fly a 777 or you want to fly Qantas, Jetstar, whatever, it's up to you. I just recommend flying some type of Australian airline if you can, but again, you do not have to. So a great start to the Australian tour. We had a successful landing, and then an emergency failure on takeoff. This next leg should take us, I don't know, like an hour and a half, I think.
Adelaide Unicom,
So if you're just joining in,
FedEx96 Heavy,
you still have plenty of time.
short runway 05.
I think I'm gonna take runway 12 just to get out of here faster, though. I'll taxi to 12.
Adelaide Unicom, Blue 116, taxiing to runway 12.
It's Coaster. Can if one of my mods doesn't mind, if they could post the Discord link to the chat right now, so that everybody can have it who needs it. There's always an A380. Come on, you know this, Rob. You know this. You know this, man. Doesn't matter where you go, somebody's gonna show up in A380. That's just how it is. That's infinite flight life, man. Get used to it.
Adelaide Unicom, Qantas 77 Heavy, taxiing to runway 12.
Thank you, Anthony Plays. I call you E Tai. That's a lot easier to say than your other name. What's going on, Vladimir? Good to see you too, bro. You know what's funny? Back when I was on training server, when I first started flying Infinite Flight, I was like, I need to get it right before I get to expert server. I can't make mistakes on expert server because everybody on expert server are experts, right? That's what I thought. And then I got the expert server and I saw, hey, those guys make mistakes too.
Crossing runway 12.
They're just a little bit more mature when they make those mistakes. No problem, Yusuf. Appreciate that, man. I will definitely be in contact with you, man. I would love to have some ATC sometime during this tour. Oi, Harris 0515. What's going on, man? I came down here to bring the second group to Canberra. I think everybody else is still on their way. Is everybody else good? Is everybody else still flying? Yeah, everybody else is still flying. Cool. Right, as far as lights go, we're all good to go there. Let's check our fuel, which I probably can't because I'm rolling. So we hold short, I'll take a look at our fuel. I'm pretty sure we're good on fuel. Usually it kind of like, it takes the fuel that you had last time. Oh yeah, we got plenty of fuel. Alright, cool. Alright, announce, no, not taxi, announce takeoff, runway 12, departing to the east, and we'll take a look at the map, make sure nobody's taking off on the other runway.
Taking off runway 12, departing east.
Looks like we have an aircraft on final, 05, so we're actually going to hold short, so he gets off the runway.
318 is on final, runway 05.
There he is over there.
Blue 116, holding short runway 12.
Holy crap, let's zoom in. Oh wow, did he land on the side of the runway? He did. Alright, we're gonna line up. I think the biggest thing I do on Infinite Flight, the biggest thing that I usually do is press the wrong buttons. I wish there was a way to prevent that, like to prevent like your fingers slipping onto the wrong button. Like maybe some kind of way to like lock the controls. Like maybe some kind of quick key button, I don't know, where you can like lock the controls on the touchscreen, so that way you don't accidentally press the wrong button. That would be very helpful. Because it happens to me like almost every flight I hit the wrong, especially when I'm trying to use the map tools that are right next to vertical speed. I always accidentally hit vertical speed. Alright, let's go. Alright, altitude is set to 12,000. Flaps 15. Trim 50. Runway is a bit shorter, but we shouldn't have any issue getting off the ground in no time. And rotate. Now, one person I don't know about is that A380. Alright, positive climb, gear up.
Adelaide Unicom, Qantas 318 is clear of all runways.
10,000 and heading. We're gonna switch to nav. We're gonna fly direct to Pinky. I didn't turn my land lights, strobe lights on. Forgot about that. Flaps at 5. Map. Direct to Pinky. And we're back in this thing. Goodbye, Adelaide. Will not forget what you've done to me.
Adelaide Unicom, Qantas 77 Heavy is taking off runway 12, departing east.
Your stream keeps buffering. I'm not having any issues over here. Good over here. So maybe refresh. Look at that beautiful Qantas 787 taking off right there. Alright, passing 5,000 MS sail. Flap 0. Give the scenic view some love. Yep, 4,500 vertical speed. You got a problem with it?
Adelaide Unicom,
I'm climbing 4,500 feet and only using 75% power.
Departing straight out.
Not worried about my climb speed or my vertical speed. And yes, I am going 214 knots. I am a freaking rocket. Speaking of rockets, did you guys see the rocket launch yesterday? It's pretty dope, actually. I gotta find myself on the map again. Yeah, a live flight map. I don't know if that link's gonna work anymore. But yeah, yesterday I watched the rocket launch, which I've never watched one. I've never really been into that kind of thing. I didn't think I would even be interested. Okay. But it was actually pretty dope. Yeah, the Tesla's in it. Yeah, I heard some people. I was watching another live stream of somebody else, and they were talking about it starting at a certain time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's happening." I was like, maybe I'll check it out because I was working and I had I was able to to see the TV while I was working. I was like, maybe I'll just check it out to see what it's about. Everybody's like so hype about it and everything. Might as well go see what's check it out. So I found it on YouTube, and I also watched it live. I missed the actual launch part, but I was able to catch like the rest of it. I was able to catch once it got in the air when it was disconnecting from the side rocket things, whatever. But yeah, so because I missed that part, I went back and watched it again because I was like, I actually do want to see the launch, and so it's just crazy. Like, I don't know, it's just the first thing I thought was like, man, these guys are streaming live from a flight to Mars, and we can't even get internet in some places. Like, what's up with that? Like, is that weird? That was my thought. I was like, these dudes got Wi-Fi in a rocket, but I don't have Wi-Fi. You know, I have like the worst Wi-Fi at certain places. I mean, my Wi-Fi at my house is good. I'm just thinking like, I don't know. I'm like, no excuses for anybody who ever doesn't have Wi-Fi. They got freaking rockets with Tesla on it, streaming live. Alright, we're gonna climb to, I think our flight level for the second leg is 370. 370 for the second leg. Next stop, Canberra, Australia. We'll climb at like 3,200. That's how I do. But yeah, rocket launch was pretty dope. That was my first time ever watching one. The thing that stood out to me, what I thought was funny though, what I thought was funny was it was so freaking lit. Like, what the heck? Like, these dudes were so freaking excited. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was watching it, and you hear in the background all these screams. Like, I thought that they stole audio from a Beyonce concert because of how loud the audience was in there. Like, it was nuts. Those people were so freaking excited, and like the little TV camera, everybody was like jumping up and down like they all won the lottery. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, I mean, honestly, that made it more exciting because of the whole ambience of how excited everybody was about it. Because I'm sitting here watching in my own home. It's quiet here. I have my headphones on, and I'm watching the rocket launch, and I hear all these screams so loud you can barely even hear the people talking. And I'm just like, man, these people, and like, as soon as like something happens, like the rockets go off, they're like, oh, oh, oh. And then something else, I was like, oh, oh, oh my God. It actually just, like, I'm like, dang, like, I understand that rocket science is a big deal. In that, I'm pretty sure they worked like a very long time to make all those little small stages happen, but it's just crazy funny how freaking excited they were about the rocket launch. I'm like, man, this is like freaking, like, I don't know, like with a Comic-Con for like for scientist type people, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I've never been into like rockets or SpaceX, or like, I'm like new to all of that, so it's just crazy how much energy was in that whole thing. Like, it was just nuts. I thought I was at a concert, man. It was crazy, but it was very cool. It was very cool. Alright, we're climbing to our cruise altitude of flight level 370, 37,000 feet, passing 190 right now. Ground speed 435 knots. We have a 24 knot tailwind. Indicated speed is 290. I'm going to go up with that a little bit here. I think I'll do that now. I'll go in. And also, for my Americans out there, Super Bowl was nuts too. I'm actually very happy that the Patriots lost. Hold on, lane lights off, seatbelt signs off. That's my own opinion. Last year, honestly, I was kind of happy that they won, just because I like to see comeback stories. But this year, I didn't want them to win again, because I was like, hey, let somebody else have a trophy. But it was pretty dope. Favorite Super Bowl commercial for myself, because honestly I didn't really watch much of the game. I wasn't able to get that channel for some reason. I didn't go into like any Super Bowl parties this year. But my favorite commercial was the Alexa commercial. Now, if for you guys who don't know who Alexa is, Amazon has a little thing called Alexa, which is like, it's like OK Google. It's kind of like Siri, but like a physical Siri almost. And basically Alexa lost her voice and they had all these different like famous people be the voice of Alexa, and it's really funny because I have an Alexa, so it made me more. It was more funny to me. I think some people didn't really appreciate the commercial because they didn't have Alexa. Because I have an Alexa, it's really funny. She's turned off because she scares the heck out of me, but I do have Alexa. I just thought it was so funny. It's because you guys suck. I'm freaking American. You guys are not. And you don't like American things, so you suck. That's why you don't watch the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is a bigger deal than like any other game out there ever. It's bigger than the Olympics. It's bigger than any World Series ever. Soccer, other thing, whatever. Probably gonna get like ganged up on right now because I'm like one of the few Americans in this stream right now. Thanks, Blue. You made my Alexa go off. Alexa, what time is it? Alexa, what is the weather? Yeah, this is why you guys suck, because you guys are not Americans, so you don't appreciate what American football is. You guys don't appreciate it. You don't get it. You don't understand. So it's okay. It's okay. I won't judge you. I'm just gonna say you suck right now because I'm America and it's my stream, so I can say that. But you know, when if you see me in a dark alley, we'll have to make a discussion. I love these little rivers though. It's really cool, these little rivers right here. Alright, 30,000 right there. Mach 0.83. We're gonna speed up on this flight. We're a bit behind schedule. Mach 0.88. We'll probably go all the way up to Mach 0.89 before once we get to our cruise altitude completely. We still have 7,000 feet to climb. Everyone not American leaves the stream at this moment. Oh, funny stuff. About to have a freaking war up in here. America versus the world. Where the heck am I on the map? I can't find myself anymore. Yes, I am American. That's why I'm offended by you guys saying that our football is not football. See, the thing is, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about on the subject, and we're going to change the subject. But the thing is about football here in the States is that football, like, okay, this is probably the best way I can explain it. So you know how in certain countries, certain words mean different things. So that's basically what it is. What we call football is not the same as what you guys call football. All right, you guys don't even spell it the same. And so basically, it's just a translation thing. So you can't say that our football is not football because it's just a different football. We still have your type of football, which is actually called soccer here. So yeah. Your Wi-Fi is not working. That sucks because, you know, there's a Tesla in space with Wi-Fi and you can't get 3G on your phone. What else is new? Alright, let me take a look at these. Make sure our flight plan is correct because I just copied like a random person's flight plan just now. Apparently Starly ain't got no flight plan. He just flying. I guess we'll just go the way we're going. Good. Alright, so ETE now to our destination is going to be 45 minutes. Next waypoint is that. I believe that is. I'm pretty sure that first flight counted though. Like that first landing, I think it counted. Cruising, I'm gonna go to 0.89. I think we should be safe there. I don't know. On my screen, it says Starlink does not have a flight plan. Elab, bro, check what flight tracker is not working. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll send you guys a new flight track because I started my flight over, so that's probably why the flight tracker is not working. I'm gonna go ahead and post this in here now for you guys. Yes. So, anyways, Grand Porter, how am I doing? I'm actually doing good. I am doing good. It's been busier at work, which is actually a good thing. But also, you know, obviously not a good thing for streaming. Because if I'm working more, that means I'm streaming less. But if I'm streaming more, that means I'm working less. But the problem is, work pays me, streaming does not. I mean, I know like people donate stuff like that, but that money does not go like to me. Like that money goes to like maintaining the stream, upgrading things on YouTube. That also goes to trying to save up for my pilot lessons. So I try not to take out of the money that I make through YouTube, which is not, you know, much. But yeah, if you don't see me, that means I'm working. More busy at work, more money. Exactly. That means I'm surviving better. Alright, that's enough about football, rugby, soccer, whatever. But yeah, so work has been busier, which is good. Something I've been needing. Yesterday, I didn't stream because my wife was sick, so I just kind of stayed with her and took care of her for the day. But yesterday was actually pretty busy for work too, so I did work and take care of her yesterday. Monday, what happened on Monday? Oh yeah, Monday, and I think it's probably going to happen every Monday for now on. Monday's streams will probably be later in the day, maybe around 1900 Zulu during the day on Mondays, because oh, what? Scam likely will decline. Resume. What I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, Monday streams will probably be later because I actually have a ongoing project that I have to work on for work first thing on Monday mornings now. So I can't stream at my usual time on Monday, so I have to stream later. The issue with streaming later in the day is that more things come up. The main reason that I stream at the time that I do usually at 1400 Zulu is because it's first thing in the morning, and there's less distractions. There's less people awake. There's less people asking for things. There's less people who call me that early in the morning. So that way, it's kind of like a area of time where I kind of have time to myself, and almost always guaranteed to have time to myself. When the day goes on, there's more chances for people to call me and ask me to do more work, to make changes on things I've already done earlier on in the day. You know, there's a lot more things that happen later in my day that can disrupt me trying to stream. And if I do start streaming, there's a lot more risk of things coming up and people calling me and stuff like that. So that is why I stream at the time that I do. Yeah, Launch of the Falcon was dope. And whenever I do have time or get a chance to stream later in the day, I try to, because I know a lot of people who watch the videos and watch the stream, you know, they're not available at the time that I stream, and that's cool. I mean, I understand the time that I'm available is a bit weird. So, but whenever I have some unscheduled time that I can set aside, I try to do streams. But they're not always Infinite Flight streams, because Infinite Flight's not the only game I play. Very smooth out here. We got a nice tailwind, 51 knots. Ground speed's about 100 knots faster than we were getting on the way to Adelaide. My Ting Dew, what's up, man? Or Mountain Dew, however you say your name. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Glad you're able to make it out. I think that little crash is going to make for a very interesting video. You know, I always wondered that about you, Star. Like, what do you do? Like, are you in school? Like, who are you? Are you like some kind of secret agent? Like, it's like you never sleep. You're just always like around. But yeah, let's see what happens in the past few days since I haven't streamed. Super Bowl happened, Eagles won, Patriots lost, a lot of Super Bowl commercials. Honestly, my favorite part about the Super Bowl is the commercials. Now, I'm I'm a football fan, but like I don't really watch hardcore. I'm not a hardcore fan like a lot of Americans are. I don't know. I'm more of a racing fan. I'm more of like, I love racing. So racing season starts up here in like a few weeks actually, and I'm super excited about that. But yeah, so Super Bowl happened, and I kind of missed it, but I watched a lot of it. To see the Falcon Heavy launched, that was really cool, and that just happened. I'm very interested actually in that whole trip to Mars. Like, how long is it gonna take them to get to Mars? What else has happened this weekend? Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Always around, never sleeps. Sounds like a pilot's me. That's actually true. I've been playing a lot of DCS World lately. Since our last DCS stream, I've been just, I don't know, I really enjoy the game. I've just been playing it a lot and learning, trying to learn how to play it, all the systems, all the weapon systems, trying to learn the terminology, everything like that. I've also been learning how to fly the helicopter, the Huey, a bit. My first attempt to ever fly a simulation level helicopter. The only other helicopter I've ever really flown was the GTA helicopter, which is not the same. I can't really compare those. But been playing that. I haven't really been doing a lot of Arma 3 lately. Most of my time has been spent on DCS World. And it's still crashing. It's still crashing horribly. So it's been very frustrating. But I am very excited for racing season. Definitely expect to see a lot more racing streams and racing videos coming from me in the future as racing season comes up. iRacing has a new series called the Race to Pro series. It's basically like an entry level to get you to the pro level of iRacing. iRacing has a pro level where you can basically race on a they call the Peak Antifreeze series, which is like the premier league, like the highest league you can get to on iRacing. And they're having a Race to Pro series starting up in like 2 or 3 weeks when the Daytona 500 comes up. So I'll be I may attempt to do that. Also, I know Find Your Passion is getting a new PC, and he's gonna be racing with me also, so that'll be fun. Yes, I am flying on an iPhone 10 right now. What's up, my Dutch people? Carl Peacock, I am planning to get a private pilot license, not the commercial. But I might get like the commercial license just to fly like commercial private planes. You know what I'm saying? Like the little jets. The Daytona 500 is coming up. The IndyCar series is coming up, I think, even sooner than Daytona. And then there's also the F1 Formula 1 racing starts up in like a month or sort of something like that. And then there's basketball too. I think that's probably this weekend, the All-Star game, which I think is always a week after the Super Bowl, if I don't remember correctly. And a lot of these things are all American things, so if you guys are not from the States, you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. But for you people who are from the States, shout out to you, and you do know what I'm talking about. But we do have basketball All-Star game and the dunk contest, so I may check that out this year. I haven't watched it in a couple of years. Yeah. I believe you when you say commercial pilot's a lot of work. What's going on, Manny? Good to see you, bro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have no idea what Friday Night Flight is going to be this week. Actually, I never know. So, but I am expecting to fly it. Thank you, Starla. Yes, sir. I am using my PC, streaming with Elgato on OBS Studio for my iPhone. But you can just use Vidi or Omelet Arcade if you just want to get some streaming in. Dutch equals Netherlands and Germany and Austria and Switzerland. I didn't know that. I knew that Dutch was in the Netherlands, but I didn't know where else it was. IFST, you just finished your flight to Canberra. That's funny because now we're flying to Canberra. My Mach number is Mach 0.89 currently. Ground speed 560. 370. I am not using a Mac, but I am on an iPhone. I'm only using my Mac right now to watch the stream back to make sure I'm not getting any buffering or frame drops. So I'm streaming from my PC. And I'm cruising at 0.89 because we're behind schedule. We had a little hiccup after our first takeoff. Our first touch and go in Adelaide had a little problem. Right now it looks like we're a quarter of the way to Canberra, so we still have a ways to go. It says 36 minutes out. It actually sounds like no time, but it looks like we're pretty far away from it. We still haven't passed Melbourne. We're not going to be flying over Melbourne, but we'll be flying like to the north of it. And we'll be returning to Melbourne probably when the Formula 1 season starts up. Australia. It looks like an old that's cool actually. It looks like an old airstrip or something. Like it used to be a airport. That too. It could have been something else, but it looks like it used to be an airport. This one, if you look at it real hard, it actually looks like a sniper rifle. So how many Australians do we actually have in the stream right now? So we have I know Anthony is from Australia. I believe he's from Perth. He may be the only one right now. To you, it looks like an LMG. It could have, yeah, it looks kind of like an LMG too. Thank you, C bro. He's saying at flight level 370, we wanted to send 125 nautical miles out. Starlight, what do you mean you don't slow down on approach? Sadly, I haven't actually got to fly into any of the IFATC regions this week. It's been too busy. We'll see how today goes. I don't know how much work I'm gonna have. But I don't know. We'll see. I might do something, might not. Coaster for Fanatic for my bad, Ite. For Friday Night Flight, I always fly expert server. As long as I am able, I will always fly expert server, especially for Friday Night Flight. Especially. So the plan is, today, if you just joined in, we actually took off out of Melbourne and we flew into Adelaide, did a touch and go there, and we're continuing on to Canberra. We had a little hiccup in Adelaide on the climb out of Adelaide. Infinite Flight basically just failed on me, and I wasn't able to control the aircraft, and we were gonna crash. So I ended my flight before I was gonna get a violation or crash into the ground, and so we had to take off from the ground again in Adelaide, and now we're continuing over to Canberra. But the plan is tomorrow we'll continue. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow we'll continue on with the Australian tour, and then Friday we'll take a break from the tour and we'll join in on Friday Night Flight, and then next week we'll continue. What I wanted to do is I wanted to start on Monday. Start the tour on Monday so that we can get a bit farther through the tour throughout this week. but I just was not able to stream. So that's now we're doing it now. If I do get a chance to do a longer flight or a longer stream, I may add on an extra leg to one of our flights in order to catch up. But it's alright. I'm not really in a rush. Let's go make it happen. Because before, what I was doing was I was basically waiting for a week when I knew that I was gonna have like the entire week to be able to stream and just do like the stream from Monday to Friday and then be done with it. But just like I said in a motivational quote that I mentioned like a week ago, if you wait for all the lights to be green, you'll never go anywhere. You'll never leave home. So I was like, you know what? Let me take my own advice, and I'm just gonna start as soon as I can. So today is as soon as I could start. So, and again, we may take some breaks here and there from the tour. It's not gonna be that long. It's not gonna be that long. But we're gonna take up some breaks here and there from the tour to kind of do other things. I don't want you guys to get bored of Australia while we're in the tour. I also don't want to get bored of Australia myself. We shouldn't get bored of Australia. It's just so much to look at. Over here on the east side of Australia, it's more green. You see more like farmland looking stuff out here. A few small lakes. But as we get out to the northeastern side, we're going to see some very beautiful blue waters. When we get to the west side of, the western, or even actually the central part of Australia, you're going to see some desert and some very interesting scenery out there. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's gonna be very diverse as far as that goes. I think it's probably one of the most diverse tours we've done so far. The Caribbean tour obviously was all Caribbean, all water, all island, which was also very cool. But this is gonna be kind of a mix of a lot of different types of scenery. Infinite Flight Simulation, I assume you are Indian because you keep asking us to fly in India. Don't worry, Carl. Don't worry about it, man. Didn't hit me. What's going on, Geo Aviation? Good to see you, bro. Oh, that sucks. You got reported in Miami on final 2-4 left. Am I vegetarian? Heck no. I'm so not vegetarian. I'm like the farthest from vegetarian. You're right though. India does have very diverse climates and regions and scenery and stuff like that. But steak for life, heck yeah, man. I'm a meat eater, carnivore. But yeah, so I mean, as far as the future, guys, I mean, don't worry. I mean, we're doing an Australian tour now. Infinite Flight is not going anywhere anytime soon. The world is not going to change anytime soon. So there's plenty of time to do Indian tours, European tours, whatever kind of tours. If you guys have suggestions for flights as usual and tours, leave those in my Discord channel under flight plans, and we will get to them eventually. So Australia is somewhere that I was interested in personally, and I also put out a vote out there too. If you guys remember, on my Discord channel, I put a vote for everybody to vote. We were choosing between European tour or Australian tour, and the people spoke, and the people chose an Australian tour. That's what we're doing. Welcome back from Austria, Daniel. Good to see you, man. So yeah, I was kind of torn to either do a European tour or an Australian tour. My personal vote was going to be Australia, because I want to do an Australian tour. I've been wanting to do one for a long time, even before Infinite Flight existed. I wanted to do one even on X-Plane, and so I was like, you know what, we'll do an Australian. And so I put it out there. I was like, hey, do you guys want to do an Australian tour, or do you guys want to do a European tour? And everybody picked Australia. Manuel, what time do I do my Friday night flight? It kind of depends. I either do it in the early or I do it later in my day. I usually do it at my usual time, 1400 Zulu. But if I have to, I'll do it later. So it kind of depends on how my Fridays go. Daniel, right now we're headed to Canberra, Australia. This is the second leg of the Australian tour so far. Current time looks beautiful. Are you sure? We'll try it. Last time I checked, it was midnight. Yeah, it's still midnight. That's not beautiful. We're gonna stay morning. Yeah, if I were to do the entire tour on current time and we always flew at this time, we would never see anything. We might as well fly circles around my hometown. Nice, you're Indian, but you live in Dubai. But your own city is Bangalore. Cool, bro. Yeah, again, I don't know if I'm going to make it over to India today. I'm not sure. Again, it just depends on how my day goes and if I even feel like flying from the flight anymore after this. Shout out to all the escorts. Who is our escort today, actually? Who are you in the jet? Lieutenant Ascot 2-1. Thank you for the escort today, bro. We had 2 other jets escort us to Adelaide, so thanks to you guys too. How many do? Let's do a real quick count. We got Starley up front, number 1. Thank you, man. We got Qantas 7 IFC, C bro. Shout out to you. Also in the 787, we got Q Jet Alp UK in the 717. Shout out to you. Dragon 0371 MT12, all the other numbers. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for joining in on Australian tour day 1. Luxor IFC Lucas. Shout out to you, bro. FedEx 96 Heavy. I already gave a shout out to him. We also have New Zealand 488 Captain Fami. Oh, he just disappeared. We also have Qantas 127 Samuel 10, and we have Qantas 454 Captain Raphael. Shout out to everybody who decided to join us on the Australian tour. If you were on the first leg, shout out to you too. In case you weren't able to continue with us all the way to Canberra, shout out to everybody to date who were able to join in. Hopefully, most of you guys will be able to stick around for the entire tour, and definitely let me know. But when we get to the end of the tour, I want to know who actually was able to do every leg. And if maybe you can't fly with us in the stream, that is all right. Like if you just are only able to watch the video back, but you still want to enjoy the flights and join in on the tours, feel free to fly the same flight on your own time. For the life of the video, basically. I mean, if you want to do a Australian tour yourself, you are free to go ahead and copy the flight plans, copy the flights and tours. Again, I won't be releasing the entire plan of every airport we're flying to until we get to the last leg. As we do the flights, I'll be letting you guys know where we're flying to and from on each day that we fly. But when we get to the end of the tour, you'll have the full list of all the airports we flew to. And so by then, once all the videos are out, I'll have a playlist for it, and you guys are free to follow along and do the tour yourself later on. Your YouTube started an update. There's an update. My iPhone updated YouTube right before the stream started, but it didn't force me to update it. Oh no, Manny. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget Canberra's elevation is almost 2,000 feet, 1,887 feet. Diamond Miner 17, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Lucas Pietro, what's up, bro? Infinite Flight Simulation. I'll check out Bangalore later on. Think you found contrails? Am I doing this tour for 4 days or 1? I'm definitely not doing for 1 day. It would take me all day, like from sun up to sundown, to fly around the entire continent of Australia, probably. So definitely not doing this all in 1 day. Thank you, Diamond Miner. Good to see you too. Just started watching you recently, and I love to appreciate that, man. How long till we arrive at our destination? It says 22 minutes ETA. Let's see, how are we looking over there in Canberra? Another RNAV approach up there. Runway 17. Winds are 0 at 0. That helps. I guess we'll take 17. Yeah, it's fine. Till 22 minutes. How far are we at? We're 108 miles from our next waypoint, and we are 200 miles out from Canberra. Flight time 39 minutes. Gemini jets for flying to Canberra, bro. Yes, sir. Cleveland Kelvin Jr. We're on the expert server. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, I might, remember, I'm not making any promises, but there may be one flight on this tour we may do on casual. Some of you guys who are not on expert server may be able to join, but you're gonna have to prove to me on that stream that you guys know how to handle yourself, because I start seeing people being stupid like most people usually do on training and on casual server. I will never return to casual server again. I'm just trying to be nice. Geo Aviation, yeah, we'll basically be. I don't know if Anthony, if you're still here, or anybody from Australia, can you tell us, is Australia broken into states, or they call it provinces, or what do you guys call it over here? Because I know there's Queensland, New South Wales, Northern Territory, South Australia, and Western Australia. So what do you guys call those sections of Australia? I think I'm going to learn a lot about Australia on this tour too. Yeah, this is actually why I don't fly casual or training, because people troll. Right now we're flying in New South Wales. S Visible Gamers. Baked cookies sounds great. Hopefully you'll share with the rest of the cabin. Is it territories? Somebody Google it, please. Yes, Austria and Australia are not the same place. Whoever just got that confused. No trucking goes. Cleveland Kelvin Jr. What are 3 tips to get XP fast so you can get to grade 3? My first tip would be touch and goes. A lot of touch and goes. Go to an airport on casual server that has parallel runways, somewhere like LAX or London Heathrow. Take off on, for example, take off at LA on runway 24 right, and then fly up in, you know, like a small plane, like maybe anything smaller than a Citation, and then make a hard left turn after takeoff and land on the opposite side of the runway, and then just do basically circuits around that. Just keep landing, going both directions over and over for like a long time, and then you'll get a bunch of XP and a bunch of landings. That's my first tip. My second tip would be just to fly. Just fly, just do long hauls, you know, just keep flying basically. Wikipedia is good enough for your homework. When you get to college, they don't accept Wikipedia anymore. Just a little tip for you. At least in my college, they were like, don't use Wikipedia because we're going to know. I'm like, dang. I'm like, how did you know? How did they know? You know, I did not know that Canberra is actually the capital of Australia. Did you guys know that? So really, real quick, Wikipedia for Canberra, because we're flying into Canberra now, is it's the capital of Australia, which I did not know. Population of 403,000. It's Australia's largest inland city and the 8th largest city overall. And I think it is called Territories. Founded in 1965. Yeah, basically long hauls and touch and goes for grade 3. Good afternoon, iPhone. Good to see you, bro. But what I always say though is, yeah, I know that you could like basically spam your way with touch and goes into getting the grade 3, but I still recommend, if you just want to get grade 3, like, don't just rush through it. Like, actually do flights. You know what I mean? Like, actually try to be realistic on training server first, because the whole point of the expert server is to have more mature flyers, more experienced pilots, people who know what they're doing, people who already know how to talk to ATC, people who already know when to descend, people who already know you know, how to follow all the rules, all the speed restrictions, altitude restrictions, all that kind of stuff. Like, learn all that before you go trying to jump into the expert server. Because if you just spam and get like to grade 3 because you did a million touch and goes for an hour, and then you get into expert server, and then you join expert server and you get into some ATC, and then you get ghosted because you have no idea how to talk to ATC. You don't know what the heck you're doing. You're still taxiing through runways. I mean, taxiing on the grass, taking off of runways. Like, that's not, like, you don't deserve to be on expert server yet. I don't care what your XP says. What's going on, Zenturno Gaming? Good to see you, bro. Welcome back. Go to, I believe, let me see. I think in my description of my video, I may have a link still. I don't know if I still have it. I don't actually. I used to have a link in my description to the forums. Just go to... We got to descend soon, by the way. Go to community.infinite-flight.com, or just go to infiniteflight.com. You'll find it pretty easy. But yeah, go there and you can find tutorials on how to talk to ATC. All right, let's start talking about descent now. Starting now, I'm not really looking at the chat. All right, so Canberra. I do have a chart for Canberra. Landing at runway 7. Oh, that's not the right screen. This one, there we go. All right, runway 17. That's the airport diagram. I want to know how high I want to be. It's going to be an RNF approach. Probably going to land it manually again. Looks like the weather's okay for that, for visual approach. Let's see. This is runway 35. VOR for runway 17. I would rather do the RNF if I have it. Can't really do a VOR approach in flight. What runway is this? It looks like 17. Oh, this is the arrival. Okay, that's what that is. So what I'm looking for is at the bottom. So we probably are gonna have to do the VOR. Runway 17 approach. Yep. Alright, so we'll use this right here. Alright, 17. And looks like 5,000. Yes, remember airport elevation is, we should see that on here somewhere. Elevation. Alright, as airport or AD elevation is 1,886 feet MSL. So keep that in mind as we're descending. Ooh, cake does sound good. Be coming in here. We'll be coming from the west. We'll expect 5,000 feet. Could do is do this right here. That'd be fun. I love like these types of approaches. These are so cool. Where's the actual VOR though? Oh, here it is. 5,000, 5,000, 4,100. And yeah. Cool. Alright, so that being said, I almost kind of want to like attempt something similar to that. Like come over here. I think I'm just gonna go straight in. So let's go ahead and expect 4,000 when we get up here. I don't know what waypoint this is. Alright, it's this one right here. Will be a 4,000 when we get there. You just send like ASAP. This one's we have about 80 miles to go down. So let me go ahead and calculate that real quick. $80 miles to descend. And yeah, we're already 100 miles out. We actually missed our top of descent. I can already tell. So we're gonna recalculate that. 370 all the way down to freaking 4,000 feet. Holy crap! Yeah. All right, we're gonna start now. All right, descent rate is gonna be like 3,000. Slow my speed down just a little bit so we don't overspeed the aircraft, and altitude down to 4,100. Vertical speed is gonna be 3,000. Maybe 3,100 might do it for us. Now I have to remember, I have to make sure I catch myself and we slow down before we get to 10,000. Before we transition under 10,000. Do you have any tips for perfect flight? I don't know. Don't ask me. None perfect for my flights. Thank you, Isaac Aviation. Appreciate that, bro. I'm streaming from my PC via Elgato capture card. And I have a HDMI to lightning cable converter that plugs into my iPhone 10. That's how I stream. What happens if a fake Blue Games comes? He'll get kicked. But it depends if you have an E on the back or not. I actually might slow down. See, I'm gonna stay on the interior view here so I can pay attention to our speeds so I don't get distracted or something. Diamond Miner, I understand what you mean. I was that person too. Like I was like, well, I kind of want to be more professional when I fly on Infinite Flight. Like I want to be more realistic. You know, sometimes I don't feel like being realistic, so I do some things like I'll go faster than I should go. My cruising altitude, my cruising speeds, but yeah, whatever. But for the most part, compared to I think the majority of people who are on training server, I would say the majority. I know what you mean. Like, you don't want people taxiing through you. You don't want people skipping you in line at busy airports. It's all that stuff is annoying, and I've been there, done that. Feel your pain. That's why once I got the expert server, I didn't really go back. Isaac, I use OBS Studio. I guess I didn't. I forgot to mention that. My bad. But yeah, I use OBS Studio for my streaming. I use OBS Studio basically to stream everything now. I think my favorite flight's an expert server. And I think that a great move, I don't know whose idea it was, but I'm pretty sure it's one of like the developers or somebody, But having the whole IFATC schedule of like ATC coverage was a great idea. So that way people can expect to fly certain places and get great ATC. ATC is a thing that really makes this game shine. Good ATC makes this game shine. I mean, this game is great. It has great scenery. It has great modeling. I mean, it has winds aloft. It has a lot of great features. But I think the thing is, having ATC really like puts icing on the cake, and having good ATC. Like, I think the flights that I enjoy the most are when I can fly from point A to point B, enjoy the flight, and enjoy the approach. What's going on, Skyfox? Good to see you. So what I'm going to do to be careful, because I know that I get distracted very easily, I'm going to change my altitude to 11,000. This is a tip I'll give to anybody who flies infinite flight who does not want to get violations. Never fly from your cruise altitude all the way down to below 10,000, because we're human beings. We make mistakes. We get distracted. We watch TV. We do whatever we do while we're flying. Like me right now, I'm streaming and flying, so I could easily forget that I need to slow my speed down. So I'm going to go to 11,000 feet, so that way if I'm looking at the chat, if I'm answering questions, if I'm doing something else, that I can be able to, my aircraft will automatically stop itself at 11,000 rather than me go all the way down to 4,000 and be flying like 290 knots or so. Because it happens to me. I've already gotten many violations because of that reason, and I've learned from my mistake. So that's why I do not do that anymore. Even though I know I need to get down to 4,000, I still... Yeah, we're actually pretty high too. I might have to do a 360. Send it too late. But yeah, even though I know I need to get down to 4,000 before we have 55 miles to get to 4,000 feet. Holy crap! So I'm gonna, make sure that I don't get caught speeding. Calculate that distance now. Alright, so actually we can descend at 1,700 feet. I'm gonna slow my speed down. I'm gonna go ahead and start slowing it down. Alright guys, we're on our approach into Canberra, Australia. I'm actually excited about this flight because, again, I have not been to Canberra, Australia since before Global. And I really enjoyed flying in and out of Canberra before Global came out. So I'm actually interested and excited about flying in now with the Global scenery to see what Canberra actually looks like and has to offer. Starly, I'm not worried about it. We're gonna be in Australia for like ever, so we got plenty of time to fly Jetstar. We got plenty of time to fly Virgin Australia, all the different Australian airlines. So I'm not worried about not flying Jetstar today. Frame game. Flight's been great, man. Had a little hiccup. You know how it is. It wouldn't be a Blue Games live stream if some type of mistake didn't happen. But we did have one little issue early on. Or not early on. After our first touch and go. But other than that, everything else has been great. And look how fast we're going. We're gonna go flight spoilers out now. All the way down 250 knots. Probably not going to get to 250 right now because we're descending at 3,100, but just to already have that in there, because when we get to 11,000, I'm going to slow down even more. Yes, Andre Olsen, I'll still be flying the Friday night flight. That is my plan. We will take a break from the Australian tour to rejoin with the Friday night flights both this week and next, as long as things go as planned. Frame game, what is the point of a touch and go? Are you asking in reference to like why I did it today, or are you asking why people do it in real, like in usually? Thanks IFMG for recording the landing today. All right, here comes 11,000. Be down to 240. Now 30 miles. So I'm kind of continuing to recalculate my descent rate that I need to be going. So now from here, actually no, we need to be coming from 11,000. Here we need to descend at to 1,100 once I get my speed down. We're doing pretty good. I think I descended like at the last minute that I could possibly descend. Let's put the nose back down. We drop down to 4,000 feet. Descending at 1,500 feet per minute. And how am I getting these numbers? I'm getting these numbers from my descent calculator. That's what I'm doing. May actually get there early. Alright, 230 knots. Landing lights on, seatbelt sounds on. Get ready for our landing in Canberra. So, how far are we though? 18 miles out. Expecting 17. Alright, looking good. I don't even think we need spoilers. Yes, I will go ahead and call. And now it's inbound. Landing at runway 17. Stop. We're making right traffic.
Canberra Unicom, Blue 116 is 17 nautical miles.
Winds in Canberra right now are like they're non-existent. There are no winds.
For landing, we'll make right traffic for runway 17.
First group is on the ground. Oh, you serious? The winds just changed. The winds just changed. 330 at 4, which is the opposite side of the airport.
Heavy is 11 nautical miles to the north at 5,800 feet. Inbound for landing.
Dang it.
We'll make left traffic
This always
for
happens.
runway 17.
This always happens. I always make my full plan of how I'm going to descend and land, and then last minute, the winds decide to change and be like, oh wait, no, there's actual wind here, and it's on the other side of the airport. The opposite side of what you were planning. So runway change in progress. We have 2 aircraft on final already for 17. The airport still says green on all runways, even though the weather obviously says 3-3, which would make 3-5 and 3-0 the active runways. But I think we're gonna go ahead and land anyways on 17 instead, because we already have that planned, and the other aircraft ahead of us are already landing 17. So we're not gonna change it. We're gonna still land 17.
Inbound for landing, we'll make straight in for runway 17.
Alright, we are on our right base.
Canberra
7.
Unicom, Blue 116 is on right base, runway 17.
Are 11 miles out.
Canberra Unicom, FedEx 96 Heavy is on final, runway 17.
And I'm probably going to try landing it by hand again here. This is all going to happen pretty fast too. Actually, we're not slow enough for that much flaps. Holy crap, look at my speed. Where did that come from? All of a sudden, we're 245 knots. We were just like 230. I look up again and we're 249, right under 250. That's how fast you can get caught up. Alright, I'm going to turn off navigation mode, and I don't want to turn in that early. Alright, there's 4,000. Here comes 4,000. Remember, our airport elevation is just under 2,000 feet, so we'll keep that in mind. to overshot it. Now we'll go flaps 20. Ooh, we overshot it big time. I believe that's the runway right there. I have visual.
Canberra Unicom,
Final, runway 17.
Uniform X-ray Oscar Romeo is clear
Close to the
of all
flight.
runways. Canberra Unicom, Blue 116 is on final, runway 17.
And I'll go calibrate my screen one more time. And go gear down. My controls. Let's try this again, guys. That's full. Speed 60. Alright, so right now we're off to the left. Obviously, you can see that ahead of you.
Canberra Unicom.
Winds are behind us.
488 to 16 nautical miles to
Crosswind,
the
that's
northwest
okay.
at 14,900 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make straight.
There's a jet
for
up there
runway
around us
17.
somewhere. I'm just not sure where he is. Still a bit high. So I don't go by, I don't know if this is correct for Boeing aircraft. I just know that I heard a tip one time by an Airbus pilot that as far as speeds for approach, like you kind of go like once you get to 5 miles, you can be about 150 knots. When you get to 4 miles, 140 knots. 6 miles, 160, you know what I mean? So I've been trying that, like kind of like experimenting with that for Boeing aircraft too. I did it a little bit late. I mean, as you can see, we're 2 miles out. I've been experimenting with that on Infinite Flight, even with Boeing aircraft, and it seems to work for most weights. I know this, you know, some can be a little bit different here and there, but it seems to work pretty good. Like once you get as far as slowing down, so when you get to localize around 180 knots, 10 to 8 miles out, you can go about 180 and then slow down as far as closer you get, you know.
300.
All right, guys, we are ready to go. 130 actually worked for us on the first touch and go, so we can try it again.
200.
Steady on the steady, 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 steady.
100. 50. 40.
Back to the center line.
20.
Right, a little bit.
Canberra Unicom.
Oh, that's not good. Are we down? My gosh, I can't even tell when I touch down. I think we've been down for a while. It's funny. Like the audio for myself to hear the game is so low, I can't even hear the tires touching down. So I didn't know if I was on the ground. But anyways, welcome to Canberra. And we definitely touched down to the right of the center line, so that didn't work out.
Cantus 127 is on right.
Take this
downwind,
exit right here.
Runway 35.
Braking, we'll turn right. Very good job, guys, on the spacing. I didn't have an issue myself. I don't know if anybody else did. Okay, are you gonna turn? Nope, you're not gonna turn. Of course you're not gonna turn. Turn. There you go. This thing's turning like an A380 right now. To the grass. Didn't want to stop on the runway either. You landed without fuel, holy crap. Alright, spoilers. Retracted. Flaps. Up. Find a spot to park. I guess we'll park over here. I don't know why I wouldn't turn off the runway. Okay, we made it. We made it safely to Canberra. It was a pretty good flight for day one of the Australian tour. Can't complain except for that one little stupid thing that happened. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with how it went. Excited for tomorrow's flight. Oh, sounds good, Carl. You were in the F-22 on the second leg. I think we'll probably park on the other side of MD-11. I think it's MD-11. You guys can guess what the next leg will be, but I'm not gonna tell you guys until tomorrow, until we get back on the ramp in Canberra. You definitely enjoy your night here in Canberra. Maybe fly around, do some VFR, flying around Canberra area, scenery, enjoy the night. And tomorrow we continue on to our next destination. And like I said, I won't tell you guys what it is yet. I'm gonna keep it a secret, keep you guys guessing. I don't want you guys to have it all in the beginning. Today, Melbourne, Adelaide, Canberra. What do you think tomorrow's gonna be? I mean, there's a lot of options. I mean, it's not. There's it's a lot of places out here we can fly to and from. The slowest taxi ever. Are we heavy or something? Cause like it's tripping. Check my load.
Canberra Unicom.
33%.
Canvas
Not bad.
454 is 13 nautical miles to the northwest at
Let's get some screenshots before we get out of here too.
5,600 feet. Inbound for landing. We'll make straight in for runway 17.
All right, and there's the brakes. Nice. All right, anybody else landing? Let's take a look at the map. Have Qantas 454. I think you're the last guy. Yeah. Nice. All right, cool. We'll wait for him to land, and then we'll get out of here. While we're waiting for him, I'll take some screenshots, and we'll shut the engines off. Seatbelt sounds are off. Landing lights, strobe lights are off. Beacons off. Engines off. And everything else stays on. Dopeness. All right, let's get some shots. Thank you guys for joining in. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. As usual. As usual. Not sure what view I want to get here. Oh yeah, there it is. Thank you FedEx for the delivery.
Canberra Unicom. Campus 127 is on final. Runway 35.
I'm gonna actually. Alright, so he's on final. I'm gonna keep the radio on just so we can hear when where he's at, his callouts. And yeah, Starley actually does know, but he can't tell anybody. Not allowed. Or he'll be demoted. He'll be fired. Alright, see you, Geo Aviation. Thanks for joining in, bro. This is like, I don't even want to take another screenshot because this is the one. This is the one right here. I love it. Thank you guys for flying Qantas 787. Let's see, what's the tower view looking like? We should have somebody on final right now. Hopefully it'll let us go over there. No? Okay, we used to use free camera. Let's get over there. Should be landing on 17. It's gonna be off our right wing over there somewhere. That's not it. This one over here. Oh wait, he's on 3.5. We have somebody landing on 3.5. So that's interesting. We have one plane landing on 3.5, another plane landing on 17, which is the opposite side of the same runway. And he's down. Looked a bit rough, but he's down. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like when people are landing, it's a little bit like lagged. I'm not sure. Like it doesn't look like it's supposed to look. Alright, he's good. He got plenty of time to exit the runway. Traffic on 17. Traffic from 17 is probably like on a 5-mile final right now. He looks a bit bouncy. Can anybody tell me what my landing looked like? Because I could not really tell. I mean, like I mentioned while in the, like I mentioned in the flight, I was like, I couldn't even tell that I was on the ground. Same happened in the touch and go. Alright, here he comes. Nice, Charlie. You record the landing. I look forward to seeing it.
Canberra Unicom, campus 127, crossing runway 12.
And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn us to
I hate how like that looks right there. That's just really ugly. Let's keep it closer. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm here, man. Mine was good. Okay, that's good to hear. Did I take a screenshot of the other thing earlier? I can't remember. Make sure nobody leaves. I'll take another screenshot when he gets on the ground. All right, guys. Everybody give a hand clap for the last aircraft landing on the second leg of the Australian tour, day 1. Qantas 787. Not sure what his call sign is. Who is that? Qantas 454. Raphael. The pressure's on, bro. Everybody's watching. Just pretend like there's like 1,000 people watching you right now. Nice. There's a speed brakes. Welcome to Canberra. Exit right when able. Contact ground. Nice. Today's motivational quote of the day was, "It's possible."
Canberra Unicom, campus 164.
What's going on, Infinite Flyer?
17.
Nathan, I can't promise that I can stick around to watch your departure. Sorry, man. Oh, low flying S-22. Holy crap, that was low. I'm gonna return to the gate now. Get one last screenshot and we'll get out of here. Ah, so dope. I think I was right here. Nah. We're probably fly at 717 on one of these flights. Haven't flown much of that. Wow. Man, I can't find. I had like the perfect frame earlier, and I can't remember if I took a screenshot of it, so I'll make sure I have it.
Canberra Unicom, campus 454 is clear of all runways.
Brinks GTA 56. How you take the panels out? It's a setting called interface timeout in your settings. Make sure you turn it on and you turn it to the lowest setting as possible. That's what I do. So mine will disappear 2 seconds from my finger stop. Whenever I stop touching the screen for 2 seconds after it, it will go away. Basically, that's what it is. Man, I cannot find that angle that I had earlier. I'm really upset. See you later, Lucas. Thanks for joining in, bro. Enjoy your day, man. Yes, sir. You can contact me on Instagram, Discord. Instagram link is on, or Instagram is on the bottom of your screen. So is my Twitter. Discord's not down there, but the moderator can post a Discord channel to this stream so that you guys can join in. It's invite only, so you have to get it during a stream, or a moderator has to send it to you personally. Anyways, guys, next flight will be tomorrow. 1400 Zulu is the plan. As long as things go as planned and as scheduled, we'll be back. We'll be pushing back tomorrow at 1400 Zulu, which is 9 a.m. Eastern. That is the plan. Airport to be determined. Actually, it's already been chosen, but I'll reveal where we're flying to tomorrow. Thanks for posting that. All right, guys, everybody wave your rudders. Wave those rudders. Shake that rudder for me, and we'll get out of here. Thanks for joining. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks to all the followers on Twitch. Thank you guys for all the support. As usual, it's going to be a very fun Australian tour. I hope you guys join me for the rest of it. Again, it's going to be about 13 stops. 12 or 13 stops. I can't remember. I can take that back. There's 12 stops in the Australian tour. Today was day 1. We made 2 stops. Tomorrow, I am planning to make 3 more. That is all I will say for now. Stay tuned for tomorrow to find out where we're headed to. See you guys next time. Remember, you got 3 choices. Give up, give in, give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. See you guys tomorrow.
I'm going to be a criminal lawyer. Of course, it all takes about 20 years.
We'll all be dead by then.
Well, I believe in having a goal. That way you succeed. Actually, that's your trouble. You've no ambition. Ambition.